Hey guys, it's Ashley,
And Kyle.
and welcome to today's vlog. First of all, I want to say thank you so much. We made it to 100 subscribers in the last year, and literally just inched over that line on New Year's Eve.
Thank you. You know who you are.
So I am very humbled by that, and thank you to all our friends and families and those of you that are new around here for following our channel and just going on this journey with us. We really appreciate it. With that, I thought it'd be fun, since we have a lot of new subscribers, for you all to get to know us a little better. So this started as a travel channel. It's moved into the territory of mom vlogs and project updates, and I'd like to continue doing more with it and get a variety of content out there. It's been a while since Kyle's made a long appearance on there. Right now we're crossing our fingers because our daughter is napping, and we're trying to kind of slide in these questions that we're going to do today before she wakes up. But we have 13 questions. This is from the Science of People, and these are great first date questions. I do want to preface this with Kyle and I have been together for a very long time, and then we've been married for 7.5 years. So obviously, like, we know each other really well, but I still thought it'd be fun because sometimes in your marriage you don't get a chance to ask these novel questions, and over such a long time that we've known each other, a lot can change, and we might have new perspectives on each other through it.
Definitely.
So, and I appreciate Kyle being game for these questions as we ask them. So hopefully,
I don't know the questions.
Oh yeah, that's
so
true. I don't know them all either. So
Okay.
I haven't read through. I picked this from the Science of People. I just thought there was 13 of them, and we'll go through. So thanks for being a good sport, not knowing what you're going to be asked, and sorry to put you on the spot.
We'll see.
Yeah. I hope you guys learned something new about us, get to know us a little bit more, and hopefully we learned something new about each other.
Yeah.
That would be so fun. Okay, awesome. So you ready for our first question?
Sure.
No drum roll. That's fine. Our first question is, what is the best present you have ever given someone?
My mom's reaction to that heated blanket a couple of years ago was pretty awesome. It's a fairly simple gift, but my mom runs cold, and she was
overjoyed.
She didn't even have words. So that was the joy that gave her was wonderful. Best gift that you've ever given someone.
Mm-hmm. It's harder. I've been trying to think, like,
difficult. Yeah.
What would it be for me? I put so much thought into gift giving,
Yeah.
Gifting is not actually, like, it's not one of my love languages or anything, but I do get really stressed in a good way about gift giving. Like, I really put a lot of thought into, will this person use this? Will this person enjoy this? There's just a lot of aspects to gift giving. So I'm not even sure I have an answer to that question. Thinking back, I mean, we gift a lot of experiences. Like, I can think back a lot of fun experiences we've had with my nephew. So those have been really good ones. My favorite one maybe is upcoming. My sisters and I, it was my dad's 60th birthday this past year, and my sisters and I planned a trip to Maine. So we'll be doing that at some point this summer. And it's just been a long time coming to do a family vacation now that we're all adults and we have kind of our own lives and we all live in different cities. So it'll be really fun, especially after like the whole crazy couple of years with COVID, to just get everyone under one roof for a week. It'll be so much fun.
I feel like that's a question that you would have a different answer to if you were asked that same question on a different day.
Oh, sure.
Too. Just something else would come to mind even.
Yeah, like right now we just changed the dates again for our trip, so that's kind of on my forefront of my mind. And it was a gift to my nephew because he had band camp, which is why we changed it. Which he's one lucky 13-year-old. All right, you ready for the next question?
Sure.
What does a typical day look like for you?
Oh, geez. Well, I wake up. I'm fortunate to work from home, so I'll get ready for the day, brush my teeth, have some coffee. Actually, usually reverse order. I usually wait until after I've had coffee to brush my teeth, but sign in to work, work for you know, 8, 9 hours, however long, and then hang out in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of boring. Not really a lot going on right now. I mean, that's situational. We're intentionally not doing much right now. But,
Right. Right.
yeah, it's pretty boring over here. So I've got a lot of things I'd like to do.
So we're not exciting enough for you?
Maybe I'm not exciting enough for me, for us.
And in my days, I kind of go with the flow of whatever our daughter needs.
Yeah, our boss is almost a year old, so
Yeah.
she gets to call the shots.
Yeah, sometimes she naps once, sometimes she naps twice. Every once in a while she surprises me and naps 3 times. Who knows? I get up with her, and I'm so fortunate to have transitioned into becoming a stay-at-home mom, and the fact that Kyle works from home, like if there is something I need help with, he a lot of times can just pause what he's doing, help me for a few minutes, and go back to it. So we've been really, really blessed this last year with all of that. So
Yeah.
our daughter is our excitement, and that's pretty much where we're at.
Yeah.
All right, next question. We got to race because who knows when she'll wake up.
We've got the monitor down here. We're watching.
So the next thing is that I was reading this and they said. So maybe tell me about an interesting book or article that you recently read.
Oh, man. The things that I read are typically either about cars or cryptocurrency. And kind of take that with a grain of salt, because there's a lot of things out there and you can't trust any of it. It's all fake.
So why are you reading about car stuff? What type of car stuff?
Well, I'm currently working on restoring and modifying a almost 50-year-old Toyota. So there's a lot of research going into finding parts, determining what other people have done to overcome certain issues that come with an almost 50-year-old car. Mine, as I get farther into it, is in worse and worse condition. So there's a little bit of searching for alternate options.
Okay, well I know what mine is.
Okay.
I had the luxury, I'm going to call it a luxury, to actually read an entire book 2 days ago while Glenn was sleeping, which it's very rare that I get to sit and enjoy a whole article in a sitting, but like a whole book. So I read The Gentle Art of Swedish Death Cleaning. I read the whole book. Those of you that have noticed for a while know that we're kind of on this like minimalism journey. So we're kind of trying to get our house in order and just kind of keeping perspective on like inventory and what we want to keep at home. And we live in a small house, so keeping our inventory down is really important to us, and making sure that every item in our home we use. That being said, I was interested in this book because it talked about not only do we like have this tendency to hoard, but a lifetime of accumulation can really add up quick. And no matter whether you're in your 30s or in your 70s or 80s, you should really start thinking about taking care of your own things, so that other people in your life, your family, if something were to happen to you, you don't want to burden them with all of your stuff. And that actually, that means a lot to me, especially now that we have a daughter. Like thinking about if something happened to me, if she'd have to deal with it, our stuff. I wouldn't want you to have to deal with my stuff. Likewise, you don't want me to have to deal with your stuff.
Here's a taken apart 45-year-old rusty car. Figure out what to do with it.
Yay! So it was a good perspective, and I really enjoyed that. And now I'm looking at objects around our house, even things that I've already minimized. And yesterday we went through our wardrobes a little bit, not even like the full wardrobes, but
I got rid of over half my closet.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
And you just did a purge last spring, I think. So it's just amazing that we still have stuff to get rid of.
Yeah.
And I don't even think, we don't even buy, we're not big shoppers. We don't like buy a lot of stuff, so.
No, there's not much coming in. It's just things that we have that we don't need, haven't used for years.
Yeah.
And
you just don't realize it.
Could be better appreciated by somebody else.
Yeah, and that's our big thing. Most of the stuff we just donate. Occasionally we sell items, but honestly it's a lot easier to just bless somebody else with it and move on, right? Yeah. Ooh, this question. Is there anything you don't eat?
Yes.
A lot.
Yes.
We were picky eaters growing up,
Mhm.
even before like our current diet. I am gluten-free and mostly vegan. I would say there's a few things I can let slide in there, but they're very minuscule. So gluten-free, mostly vegan. But our daughter has some food intolerances, so I also can't eat a few other items. Okay, welcome back to part 2 of how many segments? Who knows?
You'll know when we know.
Yeah. um, we kind of covered a little bit of, is there anything you don't eat? We don't have to dwell on that.
No.
But
A lot of things.
Yeah. If you're looking for a really great vegan and gluten-free cake recipe, I have a link for that one too. Okay, next question. What sort of vacations do you like to take?
Oh.
This would have been a good one when we were dating. Just
Yeah.
that I love to travel.
Yeah.
So.
At the time, I wasn't against traveling, but I had never been out of the country. I wasn't opposed to it, but like I didn't have a passport, and it just wasn't on my radar. That's changed significantly. Now we have probably 20 different vacations, roughly planned out, maybe.
Oh sure. Some that we were supposed to take that didn't happen because
Yeah,
of COVID.
a few were actually going to happen and then got canceled.
Yeah.
So
I think when I made the list, I made a blog about it. There was like 5 or 6 trips that we canceled because of COVID. It's kind of weird. Like I really mourned it, but like are good. So yeah, what types of vacations do you like to? I mean, you like to go new places now.
yeah, we like to go new places. We usually either places that are not like super city metropolitan unless there's like a reason to be there. If we do go to those areas, we try to do it in like if there's an off season, we try to do it then.
Our trip to Maine, that was
Yeah, we
I
went
talk
to
about that all the time.
Maine in November. There's some videos up there. That
in
was
here or up there?
both. That was great. But yeah, we like to go
off season is good.
off season, low key.
Low key.
But
no crowds.
yeah.
We're not big on crowds. Nature, hiking, cider. Yeah.
Maybe some car parts in the future.
I'm sure we'll have plenty of those.
When are we going to Japan?
Yeah. Oh, I'd love to go to Japan.
Yeah.
Bring on the sushi and the sake.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Next question. Did anything Did anything surprising happen today?
Today.
Specifically today.
You were moving some indoor plants around, and our daughter hung out on the couch. We picked out some books. Normally, she's not one for sitting in one place for too long, but I asked her if she wanted to get down and play with any of her toys, and she shook her head no and said, do you want more books? And she says yes.
So was the surprise me planting the plants, or was the surprise her hanging out with you for that long at a given time?
Yeah, her hanging out with me for that long, just wanting to.
She's very clingy.
Chill. She's very clingy to you.
Yeah.
She wants me around too, but she prefers that we both be there, and she prefers to be held by mom most of the time.
Yeah, true.
But I was just surprised that she was content to sit and read some books.
I don't know if anything surprised me today so much. I've had enough surprises over the last few weeks of just different things going on in my life, and we don't need to get into those, but yeah, that's about it. We'll just move on. Oh, what's the best advice anyone ever gave you? I like this question. This is one that I actually have in my back pocket a lot.
Okay, you first.
Okay, so mine is, I was doing a really cool experience many years ago, and it was going to be a commitment of about a year, and I was kind of following the footsteps of someone else, but also like paving my own way for this role that I took on, and I got this great advice, and the person basically said, this will be what you make of it. And she was empowering me to make my own decisions about what I wanted this to look like, whether I wanted to follow exactly what this other person did, whether I wanted to let other people tell me how this should look, or this other option that I could take, this opportunity, this really important role I was taking on, and make it into how I envisioned it for myself. And I've kind of taken that advice and applied it to different aspects of my life. So, my YouTube channel, it's a small, channel here, but like, this is what we make of it. Like, it's going to be, this life, this home that we've created, this life that we've built for ourselves, this is what we make of it. This life that we're having together, it is what we make of it. The meal that I cook, it's going to be what I make of it, So, and if it turns out bad, it's all how I react to it too. And I love that advice, and I give that actually a lot to other people. I've had opportunities over the years to mentor different individuals through college or through career, and I give them that advice as well. So, yeah,
that's good advice.
Oh, thank you. Do you have one?
So I'm a bit of a perfectionist in some aspects.
Kidding,
if it's something that I care about, if it's something I don't care about, I will do whatever I have to do to get it done, but nothing more. But so sometimes when I'm working on a project, I'll get frustrated if something's not going, the way it should or the way that I thought it was going to. So the piece of advice is, think about, is it going to matter in 5 minutes, in 5 days, in 5 weeks, in 5 months, in 5 years, and make sure that, how frustrated or how much you care about that thing, make sure that it correlates to how long is this thing that you're worried about now going to matter for.
Okay, who gave you this advice?
Oh, my dad.
That's very cool. Great job, Dad. All right, I'll skip this one. This one, I'll tell you what I'm skipping. It's tell me about your closest friends, but I'm pretty sure you're my closest friend.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure you know all my other close friends.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be a good question for a first date.
I think so, because if you listen to someone talk about their close friends, then it's going to be a reflection of how they would potentially talk about you in the future when you get into a relationship. So that'd be really fascinating.
Yeah.
All right. On our next first date, maybe we can talk about this.
There you go.
You and I. Nobody else. Like, we're not open.
Yeah.
We
will have a first date eventually.
Eventually, we'll have a post pregnancy first date at some point.
Yeah.
Post COVID first date at some point. Who knows
both
about
of those things.
Okay, what were you like as a kid?
Kind of the same, smaller, shorter.
I was really sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm still a sensitive person. Like, I'm really sensitive, highly sensitive to other people and things. But when I was younger, I took interactions so personally, and lots of tears, lots of hanging out with my grandma while my cousins were playing, because, and you know what? It's been good because I have a really great relationship with my grandma.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, I was really sensitive.
I was, a little perfectionist and would get frustrated by, things that matter to a 10-year-old and don't matter at all now.
Yeah.
I liked things with wheels and engines. That hasn't changed.
Yeah. I like that you said what you like. I'm trying to think about that too. Like, what did I like? Oh my gosh, I loved castles and fairy tales, but I was also like a super tomboy. Like, give me a backwards baseball cap and a softball, and I was happy on any day of the week. So, yeah. Oh, I like that. Yeah, I like you talking about cars. You really still are like you were then. I mean, I guess I am too, but like, I'm not.
I mean, you grow and you
mature
and you add, new things to.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I've been watching Blink and love it. Have you seen any good movies or TV shows lately?
Well,
I mean, aside from kids' cartoons.
I was going to say, there's this show about a cartoon owl, and it's at summer camp, and it's with all the other types of birds, and they're learning how to be birds.
If you haven't seen Odo on HBO Max,
yeah,
highly recommend. They're only 7 minutes long too, so
yeah.
pro tip: these are short, tiny little things.
Yeah.
We watched that. What's that one that was in Australia recently? The
Wildest Places.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not
Wildest
just
Places.
Australia.
Yeah.
There's different seasons, but yeah, that's a cool documentary. Wildest Places.
Is that on Prime?
I think so.
We're really
If
bad
so,
with TV and titles. Oh, but
Yeah.
Clarkson's Farm was probably
Clarkson's
the best.
Farm was fantastic.
Yeah, highly recommend that. If you have a good sense of humor
Yeah.
and can get over some vulgar swear words.
Yeah,
you're good.
yeah. But I mean, if you're watching that, you probably know who Jeremy Clarkson is, and you know the good and the bad that comes with that. Yeah, that was a great show. Much better than like the Grand Tour or anything like that.
It's a good show. Yeah. All right. Have you been to any good restaurants lately?
Let's modify that.
Okay. Good takeout.
We're not eating in restaurants. We haven't been since this all started. So, but good takeout. Yes, we have.
We do sushi.
Yeah.
We do Vietnamese. We do Thai food, and we are in the. I do say this. We're in the greater Cleveland area, so we have a lot of great restaurants.
Yeah.
And quite a few that cater to our needs, which is very fortunate. So.
Yeah, with our limited.
Mm-hmm.
Not limited, but restricted
well,
diets. Yeah, sure.
All right. Do you have any pet peeves?
Oh, sure. I don't know that I have any that I think of immediately when asked this question, but when they come up, I'm sure to let you know.
Mm-hmm. I think I recently was thinking about this, actually. Not pet peeves, but just things that really bother me. And I realized a couple things is people that are inauthentic and people that either fib or don't do what they say. So people like, I cannot stand it when someone commits to something and then just doesn't show up, no call, no show. I understand things happen in your life, but and it hasn't really been a problem the last couple of years because we don't see anybody
Or do anything.
But there's just been like times in my life where I'm like, man, would have been really nice if that person just would have let me know that they weren't gonna make it to whatever we had going on, because I wouldn't have put so much effort into making sure I got there on time, making sure I rearranged this or canceled this plans or whatever. Just authenticity, like be honest with people. Other pet peeves. You didn't like how I squeezed the toothpaste when we got married, but you got over it.
We have separate toothpaste.
That's true.
So
That's true.
that
helps
that
alleviate
solved the
it.
problem.
I don't like clutter.
Yeah.
I get really anxious, and I think you're now getting to that.
I was blind to clutter for a long time, and now I get anxious about it.
Yeah.
But that's not a bad thing, I don't think.
No.
I'm trying to think pet peeves.
You don't like it when I'm trying to think. I know a lot of your pet peeves. You don't like it.
It's things too, like when someone grabs like the trunk to close the trunk by the paint, but there's a handle molded into the plastic on the inside, literally right under where the person's grabbing. Like that bothers me.
I feel like I just did that last week.
You probably did. It's okay.
Feet on pillows.
I
bothers
do
you.
not like feet on pillows. Yeah.
Passion.
Yeah.
Passionate about no feet on pillows
Yeah.
because your face goes on it.
Right.
I'm kind of like, if your feet are clean, like, eh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to think what else other pet peeves I have. I have little quirky things too that I'm just like, no, that's not. But I can't think of them right now. You?
Children's songs where they have like high-pitched weird voices.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
My
No,
Spotify, sometimes you find those Spotify lists and it's like, oh, these are great songs. And then you get like every other song, I'm like, hide this song.
Yeah.
Hide it. Just hide it. Yeah. I have other pet peeves, I think. Well, I can't stand it when so on top of clutter, I can't stand it if the counters haven't been wiped down after dinner. because I know I make a mess, but I always clean it up if I can, and that's a big one for me. What else? I have a lot of. I feel like another day I should just start a list of like pet peeves like as they come to me.
Right. It's something that as you experience it, you'll be like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that.
Yeah. Okay, so we skipped some questions, so I'm just gonna ask one more because we actually got through the whole list, so we did a really good job.
Right.
But we skipped a couple based on, circumstantialness of the questions. Okay, this is the final question. Is a bonus one. It's which fictional character do you relate to the most? And I feel like again this is like kind of like the best gift question. Like it can change depending on where you are in life. I just realized there's a bunch of dirt still from me doing the pots right here.
You can take that off.
Yeah.
Wow, that's an interesting one because I feel like we like shows. If it's like a Parks and Rec or Office type show where those people are just exaggerating qualities of themselves. So like you could throw things out there and it's like I don't relate to all of this, but like the general idea of it is fun. I don't even know so much that I would relate to it. Like I really like the Ron Swanson type character. But I think that's more so like the Nick Offerman is who I like, and there's ridiculous bits like thrown in there.
Yeah, I feel like in that show though, like we enjoyed them, but I feel like you and I represent more of Leslie Knope and Ben Wyatt. Like
Us, yeah.
Yeah, like as people, like I can identify like all of the anxiety like that like Ben would have, or even like the binders that Leslie would make. I'm not as crazy.
You have binders.
I have them.
Yeah.
And I like to make binders, not as a hobby. And I promise I don't scrapbook all your old stuff, like all your old awards. But I feel like there was a point in my life where I could have.
Yeah.
And actually, I was just talking about, we have storage in our couch. And I was just realized, I opened it up just the other day, and there are binders in there. And I gotta do something with them. We're both looking down at the monitor because our daughter just flipped over. She moved, rolled over, not like flipped, but like rolled.
She's good.
Yeah, she's good. So, I don't know. That's one thing I think. I'm trying to think of like fictional. Yeah, or if you like felt like you could be like Harry Potter or.
Well, I always liked the Sirius Black character because he was so flawed himself.
Sure.
But never tried to hide that really.
That's admirable, right?
And tried to, teach Harry to learn from, his flaws. So yeah, I mean I don't know that I fully relate to, that character, but there's aspects of that character that I like.
I feel like I used to really identify with Ariel from Little Mermaid, wanting she could have everything she wanted under the sea and be a princess, but there was always something else she wanted, and she wanted to go on land, and she wanted legs and all that, and maybe not so much for the guy, but just an adventure, right? I don't know. Something different. I don't know that I'm there now. I feel like I'm so content, and I've grown up and into who I am that I'm cool with where I'm at. But yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's all the questions I have for us today.
Great.
So, high five. Well, thanks for tuning in and getting to know us, and we hope to continue getting to know you in our community as well as we go on. If you could do us a favor and smash that subscribe button, it would do us a good favor. I'm still trying to get my custom URL. For some reason, it's not working, and that was my goal of getting 100. So thank you, everybody, for getting me there. I'm still kind of floored by it.
I read that it could take up to 2 weeks.
Oh, good. Okay, you saw on that. Okay. Well, I cross our fingers. Maybe they're just checking to make sure they aren't fake subscribers.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. If you like this video, the best compliment you can give us is a thumbs up, because we hope to bring you more content.
I think you're supposed to hit the bell, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And we'll catch you next time. Bye.